Good morning, children.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Today we are going to learn new chapter, chapter 3, classification of elements and periodicity in properties. Before entering to new chapter, do you have any doubts in the previous one, children? Any doubts? Nothing, right? Okay, so we are going to learn a new chapter. Chapter 3, classification of elements and periodicity in properties. Do you heard this title before, children? Classification of elements and periodicity in properties.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, word.
Chemistry.
Not clear, Aditya?
Chemistry, please.
Yeah, chemistry. In 10th, you have similar chapter, right?
Yes, ma'am.
This chapter is also the same portions are discussed. Okay. And one more benefit for you, the beginning of this chapter, it's also deleted. That means why do we need to classify elements? Then genesis of periodic classification, these all portions deleted. We can start from 3.3. Okay. Modern periodic law. This is clear, children? We are starting from 3.3. Modern periodic law and the present form of the periodic table. Okay, before learning this modern periodic table, we can just recall the points about the early attempts of classification. Okay. Do you remember which is the first major classification of these elements? Which is the first attempt? Navareen, can you tell me? Which one is considered as the first attempt of classification of elements? No. Navareen?
I don't remember.
Okay. Devi Krishna, can you tell me? No? Anjana? Tom?
The triads.
Very good. Daubernier's triads. Okay, it is considered as the first attempt of classification of elements. So you can just note the early attempts of classification.
Ma'am, are you sharing?
Just wait. Yeah. First one, Daubernier's triads. What's the peculiarity of Daubernier's triads, children?
The second element will be the average of first and second.
Yeah, Aditya?
The second element's
Atomic mass.
will be the average of first and third element.
Very good. He classified elements into 3. That means 3 elements in single group. Just 1 minute. Okay. He classified into different groups the three elements belonging to same group with similar properties. And when you look at the atomic mass of the middle element, it will be the average atomic masses of first and third elements. Okay, that's the peculiarity of Daubernier triads. Clear? Then you remember which is the next one after Daubernier triads.
Law of octaves.
Very good. Newland's classification or Newland's law of octaves. Just 1 minute. Yes. So the second attempt is considered as Newland's law of octaves. Newland's law of octaves. Or Newland's classification. It is based on this law of octaves. Then what's the main points in this Newland's law of octaves? He also, yeah.
Eighth element resembles the characters of this.
Adulya, not clear once again.
Every eighth element resembles the characters of the first one.
Yeah, he grouped it into different, according to its properties. And after eighth element, the properties will be repeated. Okay. That means eighth element will show the similar properties of the first one, similar to that of the octaves of music. Sa, ri, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni. Then again sa, right? Similarly, after the seven element, the eighth one will repeating the properties of the first itself. Clear? That is Newland's law of octaves. Then which is the third one? That paves the way for the modern periodic table. Shabari, can you tell me?
Mendeleev's periodic table.
Very good. Mendeleev's periodic table or the Mendeleev's periodic law. This periodic table, it is based on this periodic law, Mendeleev's periodic law. So these three are the important attempts of classification of elements in earlier days. Okay, just before the modern periodic table. So on what criteria this Mendeleev arranged the elements in his periodic table? Which parameter is used?
Atomic number.
Is it atomic number?
Eight.
Mendeleev's
Increasing atomic mass.
atomic mass. Okay, you have to remember that in Mendeleev's periodic table, they are arranged according to the periodic functions of atomic mass. Okay. So this Mendeleev's periodic table, it is based on atomic mass. Gaia, which are the three early attempts of classification of elements?
Daubernier triads,
Yeah.
Newland's law of octaves, and Mendeleev's periodic table.
Yeah, Mendeleev's periodic table, it is based on atomic mass. Then we are moving to the next topic. That's the main one, modern periodic table. Okay, or modern periodic law. modern periodic law and long form of periodic table, the present form of periodic table. Okay. So at the time of this Mendeleev's periodic table Mendeleev's classification or Mendeleev's periodic law, there were no such discoveries about the internal structure of the atom. Okay, no discoveries were taken place about the subatomic particles of atom. Okay, later in the beginning of 20th century, there are certain discoveries related to this internal structure of atom takes place. Clear? Then which are the subatomic particles present there in an element or in an atom? Which are the subatomic particles? Niranjan?
Proton, electron, neutron.
Yes, protons, electrons and neutrons. So in the beginning of this 20th century, there are certain discoveries related to this proton, neutron and electron. That means the discovery of subatomic particles take place. And in 1913, Henry Moseley, he discovered that based on the regularities in alpha ray experiment, there is one X-ray experiment, and he found certain regularities in the result. That means when he plot the root frequency, okay, root nu against atomic number, he got a straight line. When he plot root nu, that is frequency, against atomic number, he got a straight line. And he just attempt a plot of root nu against atomic mass. He did not get a straight line. From this experiment, he confirmed that atomic number is more fundamental property than atomic mass. So we learned that in the case of Mendeleev's periodic table, he focused on this atomic mass, right? But later on certain experiments, due to this experiment of Henry Moseley, he proved that atomic number is more fundamental function than atomic mass. So this modern periodic table, it is based on atomic number. Okay, atomic number. So you have to just note down this points. Modern periodic law and long form of periodic table. In 20th century, discovery of internal structure of atom. That is the fundamental particles or the subatomic particles. Okay. In 1913, Henry Moseley observed regularities in characteristic X-ray spectra. That means certain similarities related to the atomic number. Okay. So a plot of root nu. What is nu? What is nu? Yeah, it's frequency. Nu stands for frequency. So this a plot of root nu against atomic number. Gives a straight line. And note the plot of root nu versus atomic mass. Then from all this experiment, it is confirmed that atomic number is more fundamental property than atomic mass. Okay. Therefore, atomic number is fundamental property than atomic mass. So you have to remember Mendeleev's periodic table, it is based on atomic mass, and the modern form of periodic table that is based on atomic number. So this Mendeleev's periodic law, it is modified to modern periodic law. Okay, Mendeleev's periodic law, it is based on atomic mass. It is later modified to modern periodic law. Have you completed this slide, children? All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then modern periodic law. This law is the basis of the modern form of periodic table. Modern periodic law. The physical and chemical properties are periodic of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic number. So this is the basis of modern periodic table. Here elements are arranged in increasing order of their atomic number. Yes. So this Mendeleev's periodic law, it is modified to modern periodic law. According to Mendeleev's periodic law, the physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic mass. Here in the modern periodic law, the physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic number. And this is the basis of modern periodic table. Then elements are arranged in increasing order of their atomic number in the modern periodic table. This is clear, children? Yes, okay. All of you switch on your videos. Anashwara, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please read the points?
The physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic number.
Yeah.
This is the basis of modern periodic table. Elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number.
Yes. So this modern version of the periodic table, it is known as long form of the periodic table. Okay. The modern periodic table, it is known as long form of the periodic table. Long form of the periodic table. Long form of the periodic table. Shall I move to next page, children? Yes. Then we can discuss certain things about the modern periodic table. Yes. This is the modern form of periodic table. Okay. Here there are certain horizontal rows and vertical columns, right? So we call this horizontal rows, they are called periods. Okay. Horizontal rows are called periods. So you can note there, horizontal rows are called periods. Then vertical columns. So this is considered as each period, okay? This is one period. This one is vertical column. It is known as group. So in the modern form of periodic table, horizontal rows, they are called periods, and vertical columns, they are called groups. Okay, then can you tell me how many periods are there in this modern form of periodic table? Do not count these two, okay? These are just excluded from these two sections, lanthanides and actinides. Yeah, tell me. How many periods are there?
7.
Yeah, 7. First period, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So there are 7 periods in modern periodic table. Yes. Lakshmi, then how many groups are there? Just count. Yes.
18.
Yeah, 18. There are 18 groups. Okay, 18 groups. This periodic table is just the first form of this modern periodic table. That's why it is represented as 1A, 2A, 3B, 4B like that. Okay. The present modern, that means modified form, it is represented as 1, 2, 3, 4 till 18. Okay. There are 18 groups. Clear? 7 periods in modern periodic table and there are 18 groups. Then we learn about electronic configuration, right children? Electronic configuration. What do you mean by electronic configuration? Helen Joshi, can you tell me what is this electronic configuration?
And the distribution of electrons in different orbitals.
Yes, distribution of electrons into different orbitals, right? So the elements with similar outer electronic configuration, they belong to same group. Okay, elements with similar outer electronic configuration, they belongs to same group. So you can write the point there. Elements with similar outer electronic configuration belongs to same group or family. Okay, we can call each group as family, same group or family. We will learn the names of these families. Okay, so elements with similar outer electronic configuration belongs to same group or family. Okay, then we can check if it is right or wrong. Yeah, tell me which one is the first element in the first group?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen, right? Yes. What's the electronic configuration of hydrogen, Pooja? Electronic configuration?
1 electron.
Yeah, how can we represent that? With principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number?
1s.
1s? 1, right? Yes, 1s1, because only 1 electron there. You have to mention that number of electrons at the top of this subshell. Clear? Then next one, which is the next element in the first group? Emmeline?
Lithium.
Yeah, lithium. What about the atomic number of lithium? Lithium?
2.
Is it 2? It's mentioned in the periodic table itself. We can see. Is it 2 or 3? Lithium.
3.
Yeah, it's 3. Second one is helium. Okay. So lithium. So we can write the electronic configuration 1s2, 2s1. Right? 1s2, 2s1. Only 3 electrons. So 2, the maximum number of electrons that can accommodate by s subshell, that is 2. So after the completion of 2 electrons, 1 goes to next 2s subshell, right? Then Abhinav, all of you switch on your videos. Abhinav, can you hear me? Renil,
Yes, ma'am.
can you tell me which is the third one in the first group? Third element in the first group?
Third element in the first group.
Yeah, first group. Which one? Yes. Renil? Nimitha, can you tell me?
Beryllium.
Which one?
First group, right? Beryllium.
Which is the third element in first group?
Beryllium.
No. First group, yeah.
Sodium.
Yeah, it's sodium. Right? Na for sodium. Then what about the, this is the group. Okay, this one is a group. So this is first one, second one, third one. Nimida, it's clear, right? Yeah. So what about the atomic number of sodium? Anyone? 11, right? So we can write the configuration. This 1s2, 2s2, then 2p6, 3s1, right? Now count the number of electrons. Here 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 6, 10, 10 plus 1, 11. The maximum capacity of P shell, that is 6. Then the remaining 1 electron goes to next subshell, that is 3s. Okay. The next one is potassium, that is K. Its atomic number is 19. Potassium, it is K, and atomic number is 19. So we can write the configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, then 3s2, 3p6. After 3p6, which one?
4s1.
Very good. 4s1. Because 4s has lesser energy compared to 3d. That's why we are writing 4s just before 3d. That's it. So when you look at the configuration of all these elements in the first group, look at the outer electronic configuration. Each ends with S1, right? Here it is 1s1, here 2s1, 3s1, 4s1. That's why in this point it is mentioned elements with similar outer electronic configuration, they belongs to same group or family. Okay. Elements with similar outer electronic configuration belongs to same group or family. Clear? And this first group, it is known as alkali metals. That's the name of its family. First group is known as alkali metals. Alkali metals. First group is known as alkali metals. Then to confirm this point, we can also check the electronic configuration of group 17 elements. Okay, group 17. Shall I rub this, children? Have you completed? All of you? Okay. Then we can check the electronic configuration of group 17. This one is group 17. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, etc. Clear? Group 17. So we can start from the first element in group 17. It is fluorine. What about the atomic number of fluorine?
9.
Yeah, it's 9. So we can write the configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 2p5, right? 2p5, 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. Next one is chlorine. Its atomic number is 17. Okay, so it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, then 3s2, 3p5, right? Similarly, when you look the outer electronic configuration of all these elements in group 17, they have same outer electronic configuration. They belongs to same group or same family. Clear? So the 17th group, They are known as halogens. Okay, halogens. Here the outer electronic configuration 2p5, 3p5. Next one is 4p5, like that. So they have similar outer electronic configuration. That's why they belong to same group or same family. This is clear, children? This is clear for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then we can write the maximum number of electrons in each period. Okay, maximum number of electrons in each period. Sorry, maximum number of elements. You can look at the periodic table and tell me. First period. How many electrons, sorry, how many elements are there? First period.
2 elements.
2 elements, right? Yes, 2. The next one, second period. Just count and tell me. How much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just 1 minute. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So 8. Then third period.
8.
8. Okay. Then fourth period.
18.
Yeah, it's 18. Then fifth period. 80. Then sixth one. You can count this one also, okay? Here one section is just arranged below this periodic table. This is also considered from sixth period, okay? That's in light orange color. So starting from cesium, CS, 1 minute, children. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Right? Yeah. Then sixth period, it is 32. Then seventh period is considered as an incomplete period. That means there are certain gaps there for the upcoming elements to fill that spaces. Okay. Seventh period is considered as incomplete period. Seventh period is considered as incomplete period. And the sixth and seventh period, the sixth period, it is known as lanthanoids. Okay. They are known as lanthanoids. And the seventh one, it is known as actinoids. They are arranged separately just below this periodic table. So this lanthanoids and actinoids, they are together 14 elements. So these are different periods. First period, second period, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. And one more thing, the period number of each element can be calculated by the highest principal quantum number. Okay. Period number of each element can be identified as the highest principal quantum number. That is N. period number of each element can be identified as the highest principal quantum number. That means it belongs to which subshell, that means outer electron. The last electron, it belongs to which main shell. It is that number is considered as the period number. Okay. Okay, we can check this point in the next class. Now it's time, right? Have you completed?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you?
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then you can complete it. Finished, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Then let me take your attendance. All of you switch on your videos. Okay. Thank you, children. Then we can discuss the remaining things in the next class. Okay. Have a nice day. See you in the
Thank
next
you.
class. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank